Many times there's a lot more to a game than what meets the eye, and in my opinion one of those games is Traffic Jams. Traffic Jams is a cheeky job simulator kind of game where you play as a traffic controller, but then all around the world and a lot of stuff happen.
Yes. Hi everyone, Kes and Cherry here, and we visit the developer today. Because Littlechicken Game Company is the studio behind Traffic Jams, and they are located right here in the Netherlands. So Kes and I are going there to ask them about the game, how they got the unique concept and the design. So let's go!
Yeah, Traffic Jams is a bit of a crazy game in VR, and it starts out as a game where you control traffic. And when you do that, all kinds of silly things start happening, and cars start crashing, meteor starts falling down, big monsters run by. So yeah, basically it's a traffic controlling game. Yeah, so the core mechanics are really simple, and that's also how we started with Traffic Jams. Actually an idea of one of our founders as well, Senan. He said, wouldn't it be great if you would be in VR and just go like this and this with your hands, right, to control traffic. We built a quick demo for the game, tested it out with a few people, and right from the start they were like, oh, I get this, and they were talking to the people in the game, they were jumping around and screaming at the cars. So for us that was a good indication to say, okay, this might work if we make it into a full game. But the simple core mechanic is basically, yeah, pointing at a car, making it stop, pointing at a car, making it go. And everyone can sort of understand it.
So Dennis, the pizza traffic control the area.
We like to do a lot of things in-house as much as we can because we're a very creative, weird bunch of people here. And this means that when we need something like voice acting, we just look around and see if anyone is up for the task. And I tried for the voice of Dennis, one of the, well, actually the main character besides yourself, of course. We try to take a lot of little character traits from dislikable people and put him into one, and trying to make him really annoying in a sense that he always tries to one-up you and be like the best, and he's really extravagant and out there.
This is yeah, it's a funny, cute style, and I like other games with funny, cute styles as well. So it's just playing all those games and see what hits the mark, so to say, and. Like the cities are based on real cities, so it's really fun to see your own city, for example, in this cute style.
Initially we started out with just controlling traffic, but we soon figured out, yeah, if you just keep doing that, then after a while it might become a bit stale or samey. So we said, okay, we're gonna let you control traffic, but we're gonna try to distract you with all kinds of different events to sort of take your minds out of things in order to create chaos, basically, but also to create some diversion, basically, to create some variety. So one of the things we knew right away is throwing stuff in VR is fun. I don't know why, but it's fun. So we said, okay, we're gonna have to throw stuff because that's fun. So we added things like, okay, we're gonna give you a frisbee and you have to pop balloons all of a sudden. We added fireballs that you can shoot basically like Street Fighter, you know, just to destroy the cars, of course.
All the things that we come up with are silly, funny things to add to the game. I've worked on quite a few games before, and Traffic Jams is the first game where it didn't matter when or how we were testing in the process, new ideas were coming up. Usually when you work on a game for a long time, you get a little bit tired, or you know the game a little bit too well, so you just test it and want to get it out of the way. But every single session with my colleagues or the testers, there was always somebody laughing about something in the game. Yeah, that's something I've really enjoyed working on Traffic Jams.
And besides that, we also added a lot of crazy things in the background for you to notice, because yeah, you're constantly looking at all the pedestrians and cars. We just wanted you to have fun just doing that, basically. So there's people with all kinds of crazy hats and crazy outfits running by. There's a guy dressed in sausages, literally. A guy with a pizza hat, all kinds of crazy things. Basically, whatever we could come up with, we just put in there that we thought was fun. We have a total of 5 cities, and each city, you can visit each city at a different time of day, basically. So we have Gouda, we have Amsterdam, 2 Dutch cities, basically, because we're from the Netherlands. And then we also went for some, yeah, let's say famous cities, because yeah, we thought it would be nice if people would sort of recognize the setting that they were in from real life. So we added Paris, we added New York and Tokyo. But yeah, you basically travel around the world and have to fix traffic everywhere.
So we start with a street view of the city, and I make sketches in the style of the different buildings next to each other. And usually you see quite fast what city it is. And then there's also the star buildings, like the Eiffel Tower, something that is really iconic in itself. The first thing you think about when you think about Paris.
And next to that, because it's VR, you want to have like these really impressive scenes because you're so immersed. So we added like these set pieces, which basically sort of shake up the whole scene basically. So we have, when you're in New York, it's one of the later levels. All of a sudden you get these warnings that the meteors are coming in, and all of a sudden the meteor starts falling down, which of course causes a big chaos again, which is what we want to do in the game.
Yeah, we want to make it feel alive. So it's more than just a game. If you look around, there's life. It's as if they live there. And it's nice when you play it a couple of times, you start noticing more stuff. And it actually never stops. There's always this tiny little detail somewhere. Especially in the New York scene in Times Square. You have a lot of screens showing different ads. So you dive into that world and what movies would they watch or what products would they buy. Make it convincing in this world, and all of the ads are funny jokes. So we have Vegan Bob and he's a butcher. And we have funny cheese commercials because we are Dutch, of course. Yeah, that was really fun because it's just brainstorming about making jokes, basically.
The people at Vertigo mentioned it would be really great if you would have a mode in there to bring people together, because it's such a title with such a broad appeal, right? It could appeal to everyone in the family because of the look and because of the setting. We immediately somehow bumped into the idea of, okay, if there's someone in VR, we want to connect them with people outside of VR in a way. And we know it's hard to do that with giving everyone VR helmets, because usually in a household there's not 5 VR helmets, right? Or even 2 or 3. So we said, okay, let's use a mobile phone so everyone can join in and sort of join in the world in VR. The player is controlling traffic, and the players that join in with their mobile phones can sort of spawn cars and pedestrians and all kinds of other events, trying to achieve goals together. You start in round 1, it's really simple, have 3 pedestrians pass and 3 cars pass safely. So the people on mobile phone have to spawn the cars and the pedestrians, and the one in VR has to make sure that they pass safely. And then in the second round, for example, we say, okay, you have to kill 3 zombies. And the people on the mobile phone can spawn the zombies, but the person in VR has to make sure they don't get run over because he has to punch them. So we really used all the mechanics that we have in the game and use that basically to build up the difficulty level. So you have to work together, and that sort of also ignited the communication between the people. And that's, I think, where the most fun happens if you look at multiplayer. If people start talking together and start saying, hey, I need this or do that, no, you're doing that wrong, and that's what we wanted to have in the game. I could be playing this at home in my VR, and if I share my screen through Discord, anyone from all over the world could join in through their mobile phone. So in that sense, it's not really local, but I think the most fun is had when you're in a room with friends, of course, if it's possible, again, with all these COVID things. If you would be in the same room together, because then you would have like, yeah, this interaction that makes it fun.
I've I've been pestering a lot of colleagues with going into meetings, being like, oh hey, and talking like that for a little bit. And I'm hoping that this character will land with the player and be as annoying and as well as likable as we tried to make him.
Yeah, while developing, we had a lot of crazy ideas. And in this version, we based it on cities that we know, but we had a lot more crazy stuff in mind that I would like to see in there. I don't know if I want to spoil it, but...
Well, I hope people enjoy playing it, of course. We had a lot of fun making it. I hope that shines through in the game. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to see what people think of it and how they enjoy it, basically.
All right, welcome back. Wow, I thought that was pretty fun to listen to the devs talk about the game. You can see the passion that they have for this game. And I also really enjoyed the fact that now I've talked to them. When I jump into the game, I notice a lot more detail. Like before, I was a lot more focused on just the core gameplay mechanics with the traffic controlling part. But now I take my time to look around and then I see more stuff. For example, in the Tokyo map, I now look at those invented ads and I'm like, oh yeah, that's really, really funny. I really enjoyed that I know the background story now. I enjoyed that.
Aww. And I also hope you liked watching the video as well. And a big thanks to Littlechicken Game Studio and Vertigogames for inviting us over. And for now, we would say good luck controlling that traffic, everybody. Good luck.
PlayStation